Hello, this is Nurse Mark. If I can do it, you can do it. I have my 2008 Honda Civic here, 1.4 liter. And I was taking the bumper off. I got my new bumper there. And I noticed my AC condenser. I thought it was the radiator, but it's the AC condenser. And it's just mangled. You can see it's just horrible. And then when you touch these fins, see how they just crumble? They crumble to the ground. So I figured my AC compressor went out on it, and a mechanic fixed it for $1,000. And then I noticed when I started reading more about it that you should change your AC condenser with this. Well, I just happened to take off my bumper because we hit a coyote and mangled it. So I noticed the AC condenser here, and I'm like, well, let's replace this. So you got to take the bumper off, and if you need to see some videos how to do that, there's plenty of videos how to take a bumper off. I think 1A Auto is pretty good at that. Anyhow, when you get to this, all you got to do is there's a bolt here that well, of course you got to take all the Freon out. So you have to go to a place to have someone take your Freon out. Well, there's a bolt here. I already have them loose, so there's a bolt here, and then this just flips up like that. Okay, and then there's a bolt. They're all 10 millimeter bolts, and then you got a 10 millimeter bolt here. This is your pressure line, and that just pops out. Be careful with it because you're going to reuse these lines. And then here's another 10 millimeter bolt that I took out, and this will just pop out here. It's got an O-ring in it, see? And you want to replace those O-rings. And I got a whole set of them at O'Reilly's for $13. And then you got you got one right here that you take out. That bolt, that's these bolts here. They're 10 millimeter also. So you take that out and you just pop that off. And just kind of wiggle it off. Okay? And then you come over here. You got the same bolt. So on this side, you just take this one off. Again, like I said, I loosen these. And then this rotates up. And then you can see how wobbly it is. And then they're just mounted on these rubber things. So then you just lift it out. I have to take this off. And that's just hooked to one wire. And I don't know if I have to transfer all this over. I think I do. So I'm just going to take this apparatus off, and then you just lift it up and pull it out. Like that. Okay. So it's hard to do with one hand. Let me just turn this off for a minute. Alright, so I got it off. I just unscrewed that bolt there. Right there, and that was fun. Alright, so here's my condenser. Man, that looks it's just horrible. Here's my new one. It comes wrapped, I guess, to keep the moisture out. It's all wrapped in plastic. And it looks like it's all the same. Here's my O-rings, and that you have to have PAG oil. This is all I could find. All I need, according to the Honda manual, I need 50 mLs or cc's of this, and I'm going to put it in the condenser to replace some of the oil. That's the best I can read. And all right, so I'm going to open it up and put the oil in. I'm going to put new O-rings on. I just need 2 of them, but the dealer wanted $4.50 just for 2 of them, $4.50 a piece. So $9 for 2, and I got this for $13, in case I ever need them again. And then you're supposed to put PAG oil on these, and then replace the O-rings. There's only 2 of them. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, I got my little pick to get this O-ring off. I'll tell you what, just get the O-rings off. You don't have to see me getting them off. That's all you got to do. Okay, just beware that the bottom O-ring was the one on the left. That's the small one. The top O-ring was the larger one. So now I'm just going to match them to these and then put them back on. So the top one is the large one. The bottom one is the small one. So match them up, I'm put them on. I'm going to put a little PAG oil on them. Alright, so I matched up the O-rings the best I can. So I'm going to put that one on the top and that one on the left one on the bottom. Alright. Look how this thing's just falling apart. It just fell off. Looks like I gotta put these rubber things back on here too. Alright, so here's my oil. Now I saw one guy. Here's my PAG oil. And I got it with UV dye in it. And this is 30 mLs. I saw him put it in this hole here. So I hope that's right. But I got to put 50 in. So I'm going to get another 20. Okay. Let me get it. So anyhow, I'm going to put another 20 in there. And then kind of let it drain in there. You don't need to see that. Okay, so I put the rubber grommets on, or whatever they're called. And then I just slid it in, and I pushed these in tight, both of those. And now I'm just going to put on the bolts. You know, slide these back down and put the bolts on and transfer this back over on here. And then after that, I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, you're putting those bolts back in, so I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm transferring this piece over, and it's not fitting on here. It cracked. It's too big for this piece, so I'm gonna put some electrician's tape, wrap it around here and wrap it around here. That's the best I can do. Okay, there we go. I wrapped it with electrician's tape on both sides. One right there, one right there. And I tightened down the bolts. So that one. This one, that was just the only one. This just seats in here. So just one bolt on this side. And then this bolt here, I tightened down. And I put in the compression fittings there. Not compression fittings, but the high pressure line there, tighten that down. This was just a bracket, and then my other bolt I put here. Alright, so that's my AC condenser. Now I'm just going to charge up the AC, and we're done. That's how you change out an AC condenser on a 2008 Honda Civic. I said it was a 1.4 earlier, it's a 1.8 liter. Alright, good luck. I think this was pretty easy once you get the bumper off.